This is Sally Fowler. I'm the owner and trainer for Disabled Advantage Dog Training and Consulting. Today is session 3 with Maddie and Max for advanced obedience and doing an educational session on health and wellness.
Hello.
Hello. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Mostly warm. How are you guys?
mostly warm. All right, has Max had his breakfast
Yes.
and he's good to go?
Yep.
Okay.
We had some treadmill time and then breakfast. Now we're all chill.
Okay, so today is session 3 of advanced obedience, and we're going to, do you have an order on how you want to do things? Do you want to do advanced obedience stuff first? Do you want to do health and wellness first?
I think doing advanced obedience first is good, and then we'll end on the health stuff.
Okay. So I looked at your homework when I found it.
Yeah, it was so strange. It was in the folder where I said it would be like the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'll try to check both the homework folder and the template folder from here on.
If it isn't there, just maybe try the template folder next. Although it'll probably be a while before that happens. Kind of like when you sleep through your alarm. It doesn't happen for a while again.
Yeah, it's totally understandable that that's what happened. It just didn't occur to me to look there, but I looked at it and I was like,
Oh yeah,
we're far enough along. I feel like she isn't gonna miss a week's worth of homework.
I just decided I don't feel like doing it this week.
How do you feel like stuff is going?
Pretty good. I feel like he's starting to pick up back really well.
Good.
And forward is going good. He's kind of calmed down and is coming forward.
Good.
And I did try doing, I think I put it in the notes, doing a round without doing the sort of finger cue to see if he was getting that or if he was just following my finger. And I think he's actually picking up on the command versus just the body language.
Yeah.
And then we've been doing pretty good with paws up. He's getting a little better at not going right to the edge because I have a little play chair, like a yellow Fisher Price play chair, that if he stands too far back, it just tips over. And so he's done that a couple of times. And he's like, okay,
this is not fun.
I have to readjust. It's like I just have to keep getting back on this thing. So he's been doing pretty good with that.
Good.
And then under, he's pretty good at. Long under, he likes. He's like, oh, just come snuggle with your feet. Great, this is awesome. And then the short unders, under the little card table, I think he's like, has it been 30 seconds yet? This is good. But he's been doing pretty good with it.
Good. Yeah, I know it probably is a little weird to be doing, for him at least, it may be weird to be doing both short unders and long unders at the same time. But the thought behind it is that, he needs to understand that sometimes you just want him to go under for a short amount of time, and other times you do want him to go under for a longer amount of time. And it's also going to help with, there may be times when you want him to go under something and then you're going to leave the room. Like when I used to do long unders with Robbie, I would often put him under the table and then like go make my lunch and come back and go get my computer and come back. And so doing all the short under stuff helped him understand, like, okay, it's okay if she's standing up. Under doesn't mean only be here if she's sitting down.
Right.
So that's the logic behind that.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that he's doing so well with everything, especially back and forward. I know you were really worried about that.
I was like, is your little brain gonna get this?
And that is why we save those two for advanced obedience, because it
Yeah.
really takes a lot of communication and trust in you that you're not gonna let them like back off a
Yeah.
cliff or something.
Like I
Although,
promise, it's the same basement floor we've been on, buddy. Uh,
so I did
yeah.
see also that you've already, again, already skipped way into the future and started throwing food
Oh
at your dog while they're under the table.
no. Yeah, yeah. He just seemed like he was doing so well at it. I was like,
It's
you should
like
be able to handle this.
it's like one mind. Um, yeah, so I don't remember exactly where I officially have that written down. But that is part of the patio dining skill, is eventually you do want to get to a point where you can drop food and use leave it and they're just like, oh, okay. Um,
And her eating food again. I was
so
like, he's doing launder. I can eat dinner. It'll be fine. I'm clean.
if I'll say this, if he's already doing well enough with the concept of under that you can say leave it and he understands, just ignore the food but don't actually leave the space that you're in, then you can keep doing that. But if he starts showing a problem where you say leave it and he gets up and literally leaves, then you want to back off from dropping the food so that he can really understand the long under. Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I did want to check that in one of your, I think the first week or the second week, one of the weeks that you gave logs for,
Uh-huh.
in the long down spot, you wrote about long under. And so I just want to make sure that you are still keeping those separate.
Yes. So
Okay.
that was this week because I did a couple of nights of long under and then suddenly it was Thursday. And I was like, I don't think I've done any long downs.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
we did long downs after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you were still keeping those separate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's good that you're getting them both in. It I'm very much that way too. We were doing stuff and then it was Friday again. And
Right. It's like, wait a minute. We've been doing things. You're learning stuff.
I was glad to see that you did your precision checklist. It looks like that's going pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions about any of those?
I don't think so. And I think some of them I just need to make sure that we can do because I feel like we've done them before, but I don't think we've done them recently.
Yeah,
Like
well,
I think we've done like rain and snow Alonzi stuff, but I don't know that we've done it recently.
well,
So I know.
maybe wait until the 30-mile-per-hour gusting is over, just in case he blows away. But the thing about those is that, first of all, I'd be willing to bet you're doing a lot of them without consciously being aware that you're doing a lot of them.
Yeah.
Second, just because he could do it 6 months ago does not mean he can do it now.
Right.
And that's part of why they're there, is that it's not necessarily a list for, okay, yes, we definitely did this during foundation obedience. It's okay, yes, we still have this skill.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because the idea is that while you're doing advanced obedience, you're also still working on making sure that he can improve upon sit, down, stand, and place, and recall and all of those other commands, so that he doesn't lose any of those. And foundation obedience doesn't take those to the end stage. You know, it takes them to a functional stage, but we didn't really do a whole lot of going to the park and practicing sit near a playground while children were screaming and playing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's up to you to
Right.
practice to make sure that he can do it. Because if we go to let's say we take Max to a book fair for children, and we want to make sure, as a therapy dog, we want to make sure that he's going to be able to do all of those foundation commands and all your advanced obedience commands without any trouble on your part. Like super easy, you ask for it and he does it. No sniffing,
Right.
no leaning, no whining, none of that stuff. And so that's what all of these exercises are trying to help you work towards. But if the current way of logging them isn't good for you, then I want to come up with something better. Okay. I saw that you did not do any outside mall work. Is that because it was just too cold and too dark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll become more of a staple and like outside of store work once it kind of warms up and a little brighter in the evenings, which it seems like it's kind of getting there. So
the thing that I would work towards is like, so the purpose of that skill is to find places that you really don't want to be doing your foundation commands and do them there.
okay.
So what you're going for is high distraction places.
Okay.
Like that, when I say places you don't want to go, it's like that little voice in your head that goes,
he doesn't want to go.
It's like,
he's like, I don't want to listen to you.
This is going to be hard. I might have to fight this thing. I'm going to have conversations. Can't we just go somewhere easy and succeed? No, this skill is all about pushing yourself and pushing him. So PetSmart and Lowe's are perfectly fine, but it needs to be like a challenge. So a Saturday at Lowe's when there's just everybody milling around, Saturday at PetSmart, adoption day at PetSmart, things that are just like super, super hard. Dog park, going and working right up next to the dog park fence, but outside of it when dogs are running around playing, stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a key area when it warms up and there are actually people there.
Also, keep in mind that if you do end up coming with me to the festival in October, Max will need to be able to function. So don't make me look bad.
We'll just be standing outside of the table booth and be like, we're prospective clients.
I do still want you also, because you don't have enough work to be doing. I want you to keep looking back at your master socialization checklist. It's probably like everything else. You probably are doing it, but you just don't think to write it down. But you know, the great thing about these logs is that eventually you are going to have a day where you just have no idea what to work on, and that list is what that day is for.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know if you use a notes app on your phone or anything, but something I like to do sometimes is right before I go do public access training, I just look through my socialization list and I make like, not really a scavenger hunt list, but like just a mental checklist of, if I go someplace today to work on stuff where this will also be. Like if you're going to go work on commands outside of Walmart, you could also take some change with you and hit up the vending machine. Can you show me pause up, please?
Yes. Scoot you back.
I don't feel like
Oh,
I'm
dear.
moving.
That's good. Very good. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I know it's 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Can you tilt me down a little bit?
I'm gonna try. The process.
I thought you were done. My apologies.
Do this. Do that. Okay. Stupid phone stand. This looks maybe.
Thank you.
Don't fall over. Thanks. Where's our bucket? Oh, there it is. It's where I put our buckets every time.
Your tube.
My tube. Max. I feel like you might know a little bit about what's happening. Off. Good boy. Good boy.
Okay, this time with the
Paws
command.
up. Good. Good paws up.
All right, so that's fine.
He doesn't like it.
No, not at all.
Hi. Hi. You're gonna fall off. Talent.
Okay. Can you show me around?
Off. Nice. Sit. Good. You see it?
Yep.
You're very small, or I'm very small on the screen, so.
Yeah.
Round. Good around. Good. Yeah, scratch. Max. Around. Good around. Good boy. Yeah, you're very good.
Good.
Sit. Good sit.
How far away are you standing from the chair?
I'm about 2 feet from the other side of it.
Okay. So I want you to ask him to sit on the far side of the chair.
Okay, Max, Alonzi. Nobody's at the door. They're coming inside from outside, buddy. Alonzi. Good.
Okay. And stand pretty close to the chair.
Okay.
About there. Yeah. Move to the back of it. There you go. Now ask him to do a round.
Go. Okay. Max. Around.
Okay.
Good.
So I'm glad that he can do like wide arounds. Those are good.
Okay.
But eventually he's going to learn to move around you, and that's going to be a really close formation. So we just need to make sure that he can do both, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Can you are you able to show me your stop tether exercise?
Not really. Well, the chair might work. I put some weight on it. My lower chair. Okay, let me see if I can set this up. No, stop being smart. Okay. Okay, if you can pull that, then I'm impressed.
Yes.
Okay, I'll stand at the edge of the mat. This should be far enough away. We'll find out. Let's go. Stop. Good stop.
Did you say first?
No, I think I just went instead of, I wanted to do a correction, but I didn't. I still have a problem with that.
But then okay, so
I know.
what you're doing by doing that is what you're saying for, so this becomes stop. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to try it again. And this time, hold your hand out. And then once he's
Mhm.
stopped moving, stop.
Okay. Let's go.
And maybe not let's go, just release.
Okay. Good boy. Max. Release. Stop. Good stop.
Very good. That was much better.
Good.
Did you feel a
Nice.
difference in that?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to just like bite your lip every time you feel like you want to say extra words.
I usually do when we're out in the yard. I'm like,
Robbie, let's go. Ma'am, I was asleep. Robbie, sit. Good. Thank you. Okay. So for pause up this week, you have 2 exercises. The first exercise is to increase the duration of 5 seconds. Now, I don't see this being a problem with Max, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to encourage that to be a thing if it does start to be a problem. Okay. Robbie,
Gotcha.
pause up. Robbie, pause up.
System's rebooting. Fresh restart. And Windows open.
Good. Good, 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 good. Pause up. Good boy. Off. Okay. So
Gotcha.
when your dog eventually does the command, to be fair, he was asleep, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Your 2 exercises for pause up this week are to increase your duration to 5 seconds and also to practice this in different rooms of your house, but with the same object if possible. So if you can take your box with you to your dad's house and move it around the house and move it around the house at your place, that would be good.
Okay.
You have the benefit of doing this with an object that's very lightweight and transportable, as opposed to doing it with like a heavy wooden box, for instance.
Sounds familiar.
Okay. But I want you to practice with the same object because it'll help him generalize the command and learn how to do it in different rooms while keeping the challenge relatively low. Because then if you were to go into other rooms and practice with a different object in every room, you'd be substantially increasing the challenge for him. And we're going to get there, but we're not going to get there yet.
Right.
So it's sort of like if, you know, we taught sit from 6 feet away, and then we taught sit from 6 feet away in different rooms of your house before it became off leash sit 6 feet away or 15-foot sit in different rooms of the house. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
It's just slightly different variables.
He's very exhausted. He's just so worn out.
Yeah. This one is not worn out. Not at all.
Not at all.
No. Well, he's not worn out. He wants to go play in the snow, but does not like this whole teaching thing. Down.
Yeah, I could get that.
Okay. So why don't you try increasing the duration to 5 seconds with Max? And
All right.
either use your bridge praising, or if that gets him too excited, just like keep scratching his ears, okay?
Okay. No, not yet. I didn't give you the command. Good boy. Max, pause up. Good. Ah. Pause up. Good. Good. Pause up. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. Good. Off.
Good
Justin
job.
came downstairs.
Yeah.
I think I pause up. That's why I was like, oh, person. Max. Let's go. Good boy.
Okay. Do you have any questions about how to do that?
Nope. That made
Okay.
sense.
So for a round, you have 2 exercises. One of them is optional, and I think you've already been doing it. Um, uh,
I love when I
first
already
one-
do things. Ah,
the first one is just using around in your daily activities. So
okay.
when you're getting ready to feed him, you could set up some obstacles, and like he has to do a round 3 times before he gets his dinner. Or I
Okay.
don't want him moving around you yet, because that's a very specific thing. So don't go to that yet.
Okay.
You who
I got
jumps
it.
over things. So upstairs in the kitchen, if he's on one side of the dining room table and you're on the other side of the dining room table, and you say Max around.
Okay.
Okay. Or if he's in the kitchen and you go to the other side of the counter and you say Max around.
Okay.
Okay. So
The
just
kitchen
like,
table is going to be hard for him because he likes to go under it.
right. So like
But
tuck the
that'd be
chairs
good.
in, try to make it a little easier for him. But the point of this is that there will be times when you are out and about and you encounter things that are obstacles to your dog, and dogs tend to like to take the straightest path through something.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to be able to teach them that they can go around anything.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
The goal here for both in and under is to introduce distance so you can send him.
Okay.
So these can be done dropped leash or just completely off leash. It's whatever Max needs. If he's still at a point where he doesn't really understand the commands, or your guys are having a bad day and you need a leash on him so that you can easily pick it up and guide him, then that's what you should
Mm-hmm.
go for. Robbie's
Okay.
off leash. Hopefully he's going to do this. I don't know. We'll see. Robbie, heel.
Do I have to? Okay.
Thank you. Good heel. Robbie, focus. Good. Robbie, under. Good. All the way. Good, under.
I like the look of like, are you gonna do something to me? I'm just, are you sure? Under here?
Good, under. Good boy. Yeah, good job. Okay. Oh man. He's a great demo dog.
That's what I was gonna say.
So when you're ready, when your time is up and you're ready for him to come out, previously you've been standing by the table and like guiding him out. But this time I
Mm-hmm.
want you to start also encouraging out from 3 feet away as well. So you might
Okay.
do this by saying, Robbie, out. Okay? Or
Okay.
you might turn around to help model what you've done before, and Robbie, out. Okay, so he's most used to that, so that's what he responded to better. But he really should have responded on the first try, but that's okay.
Life's hard.
Life is hard. Okay, so
He's had to work so hard during this training session.
For in, okay, Robbie, in. Good in.
Okay, maybe training isn't so bad.
Robbie, out. Good out. Good boy. Okay, make sense?
Yep.
All right, do you have any new things you can try?
For in and out?
Yeah.
And under? I think for under, I'm going to incorporate my desk.
Nope. Nope. You're old now. You cannot curl up in the box anymore.
And our outdoor chairs. They don't have bars.
Here's one you can practice. That would be good for you to go ahead and start practicing.
Okay.
Robbie, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so Robbie, sit in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Put your legs like this. Robbie.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. Robbie, under. Robbie, under. Good.
Gotcha. Under the legs.
Mm-hmm. The first few times you do this, you might want a leash on him so you can guide him to where you want him to go. But this will work especially well if you do it with one of your chairs that has bars so that he doesn't learn to go under the chairs and targets immediately to under your legs.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to sit a little weirdly in the chair, but
yeah. Good boy. Yes. Max. Under. Come here. Under. Good. Good under.
That looked like it went pretty good. That's a normal amount of confusion the first time you asked for this.
He's like, no. Toothbrush.
And you may just need to follow up with holding your hand down to the floor once he gets under your legs to make sure he knows to lay down.
Okay.
And you can experiment with moving closer back into the chair as well. Just it'll
decreasing the little bit of space.
Yeah, it'll take some time for you to figure out what sort of space he can fit into and what feels the most comfortable for you to practice with.
Okay.
I like to start out with Robbie at heel and either standing or in a sit and then ask him to do under because it sets him up a little bit easier.
Okay.
Incidentally, your heel recall checklist actually has can my dog come to heel if I'm sitting in a chair? So
it does. Robbie looks fuzzier.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, so strange.
Yeah. I don't quite know why, but
yeah. Must be the food you're giving him.
It must be. Austin, let's go. There you go. Good boy. Oh God, you came in really fast. Don't touch that.
I have regrets.
Oh, why are you in? You didn't want to be in here before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, who's ready to learn?
Clearly, the two gentlemen that are in your room now are ready to learn.
Robbie, get out. Out.
But table.
Good. Oh, Lord. Okay. Austin, down. Thank you. Good boy. I know. Yeah, I know. I feel the same. But we gotta focus. You're working now. Get with the program. Okay. So let's see here. I have a slideshow for you.
Yay!
Because slideshows are fun.
Yes, they are.
Okay. I am so far away from my computer. Okay. So, can you see the slideshow?
Yes.
Okay, great. Are you trying to figure out where the noises are coming from? Okay. This is your health and wellness educational session. And I drafted this to be obviously what I've learned, or I guess not obviously. Okay. What I've learned about dog health and education and wellness is a lot of information. And I don't know that every pet owner needs to know all of the information. So for that reason, I've focused mainly on diet, how to run a body score on Max, and we're going to do that together, and what K-cals are, and a little bit about his food and like what to look for and what to consider when you're adding things to his food. And also talking about skin and coat health. I know you've said before that he has kind of an itchy skin or he has scabs in places. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and how to help keep that healthy. And then because you'd mentioned it before, I will talk some about supplements, how to pick good supplements and what supplements Max might need. And then also, I wanted to talk a little bit about vaccines because I know he's already been vaccinated for stuff, but there are some vets who tend to, they've been programmed to just give out these vaccines and this is what they give out, but it may not necessarily be that Max needs all of those vaccines. And it may also be that there's a vaccine that you feel like Max should be getting that he isn't getting.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about that. But if you have questions at any point during this, definitely ask them to me. If I know the answer, I'll tell you. If I don't know the answer, I'll try and find it for you.
Okay.
If we get done with this, when we get done with this session, if you're like, you know what, that was really great. I feel like I've learned a lot, but I really want to know more, then, you know, we can come up with a list of questions and I'll make a session based on those questions. First up is the importance of nutrition. So you have a beautiful picture of Robbie eating an apple. Nutrition is often overlooked for dogs. You know, we get hashed over it a lot for us where we need to eat healthy so that we live longer. We need to eat healthy so that we have more energy to do activities that we want to do. We need to eat healthy so that we prevent things like heart disease from even starting. But nobody really talks about that in terms of your dog. At least that's been my experience. What's been your experience?
Yeah, I think like with Butch and Trixie being outdoor dogs, they had probably not the lowest quality food, but definitely not like a performance food or anything.
Yeah.
But they didn't really ever have a problem with weight. They were always kind of a healthy weight. They did good at sort of maintaining they were free eaters. We just had a dog feeder out for them.
Mm-hmm.
And with Allie and Casey, I know probably about 5 or so years ago, they had kind of gained some weight. They were a little chunkier. They weren't doing as much activity.
Mm-hmm.
So the vet told them you can start working them out more.
Mm-hmm.
Also putting them on like a lower calorie food since they are getting older, they're not doing as much.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are doing other things outside of, performance dog work.
Yeah.
So they did like a lower calorie food, and then basically just kind of helped maintain their weight. But outside of that, I think that was probably around the time that they started doing um, the joint supplement that you give Robbie. They have
Mm-hmm.
that. That was what they gave Allie and
Discipline.
Casey for a long time. Yeah. Um, so they started doing the joint supplements when they got older. But I mean, outside of just, well, they're not overweight. They seem happy. Their poops and pees seem normal.
Yeah.
Cool, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how it was with Jess. And I mean, that's how it was with Robbie too. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but he's in amazing health. Good job. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
But nobody really talked to us about how important nutrition was, or how to go about picking a food for him, or how to, you know, consider what snacks to give him and stuff like that. That just wasn't
Yeah.
really considered. So I want to disclaimer, I am not a vet. I have not studied veterinary medicine. So anything that I suggest to you, if it changes from what you're already doing with Max, I want you to talk to your vet about it. But
Mhm.
this might be a good jumping off point for you if you are wanting to talk to your vet more about nutrition. This will be a good place for you to say, hey, I was talking with my trainer and I learned this, this, and this. Can we talk about it some more and how it pertains to Max specifically? Okay.
Yeah.
If that is everything and you don't have any questions, I will sign off then and tell you that you did a very good job today.
Yay. Cool.
Well, good luck with everything, and I'll get your stuff organized in your folder either later today or by the end of day tomorrow.
Perfect.
Okay. Good
Awesome.
job today.
Thanks.